Right, welcome to the stream. This is the first time I've done one of these for ages. I only have an hour, so I'm going to dive straight into the Edge of the Earth campaign as Leo and see how quickly I die. Bear with me, I've just forgotten something. There we are. My handy dandy phase tracker. Right, let's go. We are at the crash site. I'm not going to bother with all of the blurb. Agenda 1A. So we need to enter a location. We put aside any locations connected to that location using the campaign guide for reference. I've already shuffled my deck, but I'm doing it again anyway. Let's get the map out just to be on the safe side. There is the map we shall be referring to. Ta-da! Right, opening hand. That's the Tekadili deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have Emergency Quiche, Inspiring Present, Lucky Cigarette Case, Vicious Blow, and Lone Wolf. Well, this is... I want to focus here on Leo and his dogs, so I will probably keep the cash. I'll probably keep the cigarette case. Lone Wolf will be good for a continuous money stream. I've got my opening cash. 3, 4, 5. But ideally I want an ally in my hand to take advantage of Leo's ability. So I'm tempted to actually scrap everything except the quiche. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 1 sled dog, a warning shot. Weakness can go away. I'm out of here. Another sled dog. Okay. So that's a good start if I want my dogs out. So that will do as my opening hand. Not played with the dogs before, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Finally got my desk back as a full gaming desk now, rather than having to share it with my work stuff, which is always good. Okay, so action time. After your turn begins, I may play an ally reducing its cost by 1, so I will pay 2 for a sled dog. The sled dogs can take up 2 slots. 2 ally slots. Then I will play another sled dog for my second action. So now I've got 2 sled dogs and Ilania, but I have no money. Then I play Emergency Cash for my third action to get 3 resources back. Turn. Okay, no enemies in play. Ready cards, card and a resource. So I draw another sled dog. Well, I can't do anything with that sled dog until I get Mitch Brown into play, because I've only got 1 ally slot. Okay. Doom on the agenda. And we draw our first encounter card, which is Polar Vortex attached to your location. I haven't even revealed my location. I am at the crash site. It is 2 shroud, no clues. And I can salvage from the wreckage if I want to. But anyway, I have Polar Vortex attached to your location. When you end your turn at the attached location, each card you control with health takes a direct damage. That is particularly bad for somebody with a whole stream of allies in play. So I will attach, where have I put them? I think it's in this box, am I not there over? My little handy dandy reminder cards. So at turn end, something happens here. Right. Okay. Is there any way of getting out? It's and at the end of the round it gets discarded. So it's just this turn, this round only. Okay. So action 1. Exhaust 1 sled dog and move to the precarious ice sheet. 4 shroud, 1 clue. When you draw a hazard treachery at the precarious ice sheet, add a frost token to the chaos path. Now I just need to add in some new locations. Now that I've moved on to the ice sheet, I need to add in, it's just the icy wastes, I think. Looking at the map, I think I wanted to go, well, I think I want one of the camps basically. That will be the quickest solution to this round. One of the camps, because they've got a high, what's it? Right, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Exhaust a sled dog to move. I thought it was a free move, it's not, so let's not bother with that. That'd be good if I wanted to go somewhere else. So that was a normal move, that was my first action. Second action. So an additional cost to enter this location, you must spend 1 clue per investigator as a group. So I need that 1 clue if I want to go into the icy wastes, otherwise I can head over to the treacherous path or the frozen shores. So I thought the sled dog gave me bonus. I suppose what it is, I can exhaust them both to move twice instead of once, and it will be better once I have multiple sled dogs in play, I guess. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. The microphone's a little bit further away than I normally have it. Okay. I'm wondering whether, I'm trying to remember now whether the treacherous path or the frozen shores are easier. Oh, let's go for it anyway. What am I have I got anything on me for, I've got nothing on me for investigating. Second action, let's move then. Let's move to the treacherous path. Right, that's a little bit better. 2 shroud, 1 clue. Third action, let's do an investigate. Number 3. 3 and a 2. 0. That's a good start. Pass. 1 clue. And I put into play from the treacherous path a rocky something. Rocky crags. And it cost me 1 clue to go into there, so I have something. I moved, I investigated, so I have no actions left. Okay. No enemies in play. Ready cards, card and a resource. Get a lucky cigarette case and a resource. Doom goes to 2, and we draw an encounter card. This time it is Dark Aurora. Actually, this goes away now because the previous round has ended. Dark Aurora. Test head of 3 for each frost token revealed. Take a horror. If you fail, take 2. Ooh, that could mount up. Right, my willpower is 4. I could commit the lucky cigarette case, but I don't want to. So 4 on a 3, -1, that's a pass. Okay, suspiciously good. Right, action 1. Let's move into the Wacky Quags. Three shroud, 2 clues. Did I have to spend the clues to move in? Yes, so I don't have the... Why have I got 2 clues? I think I picked a clue up instead of a resource. So I spent my clue. That is the Wacky Quag. And that now brings into play the Frigid Cave. That doesn't sound particularly inviting. The Arkham. I don't know why I'm speaking with a speech impediment. And the Crystalline Caves. So the way this map is, it's almost like in concentric triangles. These 3 are connected to each other. Each one of those is connected to the one going out from it, and then this sort of hexagon actually are all connected in a loop, and then they're connected to the little pointy things out there. So we have 2 clues here in the Wacky Quags. If I want to go to the Crystalline Cavern, I need to go to the Wacky Quags. But I now can go to the Wacky... Well, I was moving to the Wacky Quags, wasn't I? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know why I'm doing this. When a treachery is attached to Wacky Quags, that treachery gains a surge. This is highly insensitive. I have trouble doing my R's anyway. I do feel I'm on the edge of doing words instead of R's when I speak, so I'm taking a mickey out of myself. Right, so that was my first action to move into the Rocky Crags. That's better. I need 4 clues to move into the Crystalline Cavern, so I don't have any clues, so I need to get more investigating done. So, as the Frozen Shores isn't connected, is it? That would go down to here and across. So I need to get those clues really, don't I? There's a 3 shroud and I'm only 3 investigate. I don't have any investigation skills on me. I think what I'll do, I'll exhaust both of the sled dogs and go 1-2 to the Frozen Shores in the hope that this is an easier investigate. It is. 2 clues, so 2 shroud, 1 clue. Then that was my second action, wasn't it? I moved into there, then I double move back. So third action will be just to investigate 3 on a 2. Because I have nothing to commit to the help. 3 on a 2. Elder sign. Elder sign for Leo is +2, so that's a definite pass. So I get the clue. Search the top 3 cards of your deck for an ally asset. Draw it. Shuffle your deck. It's Mitch. That's what we wanted. And one of them was my weakness, so hopefully that shuffles it further down the deck. So Mitch, his ability is I now have 2 additional ally slots which can only be used to hold non-unique allies. Now I'm hoping that by playing his effect, does his effect only take effect once I've played, or do I have to discard the 2 sled dogs to be able to play Mitch Brown? That doesn't feel right. I'm going to say I don't, even if it is cheating. It's the same effect in the long run. Okay. So that was my third action, wasn't it? Then I have a fourth. No enemies in play. Ready cards. Card and a resource. It's my other treachery. Arenas. So, bought in blood, you must either discard an ally asset from play or discard each ally asset from your hand. If no ally assets are discarded by this effect, shuffle it back into your deck. I suppose I discard one of the sled dogs. I'll discard one of those sled dogs then. So that's gone. I think I've got the resource. Doom. We go to 3. And we get our next encounter. 0 visibility. Put in your threat area. As an additional cost to leave a location with a treachery attached to it, you must spend an action. And then that has an end of turn on it. Right, first action. Pay 3. No, pay 2, of course. Because after my turn begins, I can play an ally asset, reducing its cost by 1, which actually wasn't an action. So that. And then my second action is to pay 3. Well, my first action, sorry, is to pay 3 for my second sled dog. So that was my first action, because the first one was a freebie that I've already forgotten about multiple times. Third action. I still don't have enough clues, so... Oh, I'm at the frozen shores, so that should have put into play the penguins. The broad snowdrifts. It's going to cost me a clue to get in there. Okay, so I want to get in the crystalline cavern, but I need 4 clues. I have 1 clue. We have 4 clues in play. I could have moved to the broad snowdrifts, but that would cost me that clue. What's connected to the broad snowdrifts? It's the crystalline caverns over there, something over here. But all of these locations will cost clues to get into, so I think for my third action, I'm gonna, well no, second action I'm gonna draw Faustian Bargain, that gains me resources. Third action, draw. So that gets me a free clue for 2 action, for 2 monies, which will be good for hoovering that one up. I think that's my 3 actions. Hunter, no enemies in play. Everything ready, card and a resource. End of my turn. Test evade of 2. My evade is a measly 1. Now can you, what's the impact? This is just to get rid of it. Additional cost to leave a location with a treachery attached to it. Well, I'm guessing because this is in my threat area, it's classed as being attached to the location I am at. So I need to get rid of this because this is going to be stuck with me. So I'm going to use Elia's ability. So that knocks down to 2. So I'm now invading with a 5. 5 on a 2. 5 on a 2. Tablet is -3. That's a pass. So it's gone. Now, did I just draw that scene of the crime there? I did, didn't I? Did I get my resource? I don't think I did. I think I draw the scene of the crime, and then that reminded me of the thingy. Right. Doom, we're at 4. Okay, so the agenda is going to advance. Under the ice. Hold on, come see this. One of the other team members shouts. So basically we've seen some misshapen tracks. And then we hear leak, leak on the wind. Spawn a skittering nonsense at the lead investigator's location. That would be me. So I get him. Shuffle the remainder of the set aside skittering nonsense enemies and the creatures in the ice encounter set into the encounter deck. So now we've got enemies. So I think that's creatures of the ice. And they are the skittering nonsenses. So this brings us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm sure this is creatures of the ice, isn't it? The one that's got a picture of a spider on it, yes. Do I shuffle in the discard pile as well? No. That's rare. Let's tell you what, let's make sure the cards are the same way round as the rest of the deck. That would be useful, wouldn't it? Still got to draw my encounter card yet, don't forget. That's why I like my little Excel tracker on the side of the screen there, just down there. Okay, and my encounter card is 0 visibility again. That's an additional cost to leave the location with treachery on it, etc. etc. So first action, I'm going to exhaust 2 sled dogs to attack the skittering nonsense with which fight with plus X, so however many sled dogs, so it's a +2, so that puts me on a 5 against a 2. Zero. And they are doing plus, they're dealing 2 damage, so that is the skittering nonsense dead. No victory points. I can't use my double move now, but I'll do a second action. I will move here, but it's going to cost me an extra action. I've already taken 1 action. I don't think I could have used that evade there because that is an action. Never mind. We always play things wrong in Arkham, don't we? Well, we, when I say we, I mean me, yeah. Okay, so I really need to sort this light out, don't I? Because the glare up there is just ridiculous. I'm not sure what's the best way of blocking it. Maybe a bit of card there, perhaps, to take a bit of glare off the... But I don't know. Right. Shut up, Kevin. It's nearly 11 o'clock. You've got half an hour to find shelter. Your dogs are exhausted. I have no assets on me. Well, I do actually, but I've already done that now. Playing with cigarette case will to give me an attack of opportunity, so I'm going to pay 2 to put the cigarette case into play. Then maybe I'm quite reading that wrong then. Put it into play in your threat area. It's an additional cost to leave a location with a treachery attached to it. This isn't attached to the location, this is my own threat. So I think I'm alright to do it. My final action is to move here. So now I do an evade test. My evade is only 1 and that's 2, so I will fail. I'm going to commit I'm out of here to it. So I'm doing 3 on a 2. -1, I passed, okay. Wow. Right, no enemies in play. Ready cards. Card. Overpower and a resource. Doom on the agenda. 1 out of 7. And our encounter card is a Manifestation of Madness. No spawn instructions, so he comes straight to me. And he is a hunter. When he attacks me, I shuffle the top 2 cards of the Take a Lily deck into my deck without looking at them. Right. We need to deal with the Manifestation of Madness sharpish then, don't we? So action 1. I'm going to exhaust the 2 sled dogs to attack 3, 4, 5 on a 3, and I'll throw in overpower to make it 6, 7 on a 3. Of course! Of course! Okay, no, at least he doesn't have retaliate. And now I am a little bit stuck. Let's evade him using Elijah's ability. Put that down to 1. So I'm evading a 5 on a 3. I'm going to have gone into my 5 on a 3. -4, that's a fail on the evade. So I failed an attack, I failed an evade. Let's do it again. 3rd evade. Use Elijah's last ability up. 5 on a 3. Lob in a warning shot to make it 6 on a 3. Tablet is -3, I think. That's a pass. Just. So at least he's evade. So what? That's not done anything other than save me a blooming hit. Okay. No enemies move or attack. Ready card, so he readies and re-engages. The sled dog's ready, so at least I get another pop at him. Doom goes to 2. Draw another encounter card, and it's going to be another monster, isn't it? No, Polar Mirage. Attach the nearest location with at least 1 clue and without a Polar Mirage. After you discover or take control of 1 or more clues from the location, discard each non-weakness card in your hand. Okay. Right, action 1. Set me dogs on the Manifestation of Madness. So 3, 4, 5. No, I didn't. Wrong. It's 4, 5, 6. 6 on a 3. That is right, isn't it? Exhaust X sled dogs to fight with plus X fight for this attack. And instead of its standard damage, it deals X damage. So that is 6 on a 3, and I'm only doing 2 damage. I thought that'd be good. Right, so that's 2 damage on him anyway. That's my first action. The second action, and I get to draw a card from Lucky Cigarette Case. What's the timing there? Oh, I've not defeated an enemy anyway. Do I try and punch him? 3, he's a 3, now a 4. Why do I keep thinking I'm a 3 fight? I'm a 4 fight. 4 on a 3. Elder sign. Not elder sign. Try one more time. 4 on a 3. He is harder than he should be. 4 on a 3. -2, that's fair by 1. Right. Rubbish. To enemies move, enemies attack, so that's 1 of each on me. Ready cards. Card and a resource. I gain the Faustian bargain. And a resource. Doom on the agenda. We're at 3 out of 7. And we draw my encounter card, which is Whiteout. Attached to your location, each investigator gets -1 to all skills, and then we discard it at the end of the round. Okay, action 1. Do I just exhaust? I'm going to exhaust 1 sled dog. So I'm fighting with a 5 on a 3. I will do 2 damage, but anyway, 5 on a 3, -2, that's a pass. The manifestation is dead. Fast for 1. Play after you defeat an enemy, discover a clue at your location. Cool. So then for my second action, look at that, 2 Faustian bargains on me. Not 1 scene of the crime. Second action move. Third action move. I hope I draw an enemy. Oh, that should have been. I should have had -1 to all my skills. I still. Oh, trying to think now. I think I passed on the attack because I went way over, didn't I? Oh well, I'm sure I'll get corrected. Right, no other enemies, no enemies in play. Round end discard. And I should have lost everything in my hand. I drew a Faustian. After you discover or take control of 1 or more clues on this occasion, discard each non-weakness card in your hand. And then discard polar mirage. Right. Okay, ready cards, ready my sled dog, card and a resource. I draw intel report and a resource. Well, that's kind of good. I could do with more money, but that will do for now. Doom on the agenda. We're at 4 out of 7, and we draw our encounter card, which is skittering nonsense. Of course. Right, action 1. Let's exhaust the 2 sled dogs to deal with skittering nonsense. So that's 6 against a 2. I did defeat a skittering nonsense before, so I should have taken a Lily card into my deck. Okay, so this time, well, I failed my first attack. Second attack, just do a bog standard, won't I? That's all I can do now. 4 on a 2. -2, that's 1 hit. Third action, 4 on a 2. That's a -3, that's a fail. Alright, enemies attack, so that's 1 of each again. That's 2 damage. 2 horror. Ready cards. Card and a resource. Vicious blow. That's the right time for that. Doom, we go to 5 out of 7. And an encounter card. Polar Mirage, attach the nearest location with at least 1 clue. So that's going to make me lose all my hand again when I investigate. I'll put that there as a reminder. Alright, action 1. Let's deal with the skittering nonsense. Shall I just try punching it 4 on a 2 rather than using up my sled dogs? 4 on a 2. Maybe I should have used the sled dogs. 4 on a 2 again. 4 on a 2 for a 3rd time. Come on. Cultist. -2. It's a pass. I have punched his face off. But that's my entire go. Done. Right, no enemies in play. Ready cards, card and a resource, and I draw a guard dog. And a resource. Doom goes to 6 out of 7. Our encounter card is Ancient Evils. Typical. A perfect timing for Ancient Evils. That puts us to 7 Doom, but this can cause the agenda to advance. I imagine this is something very bad. These things, these manifestations, they're not beasts or even alien creatures like those Dyer and Danforth encountered in their last expedition. You're not even sure if they're entities at all. They have no shape, consisting of an almost protoplasmic substance that seeps back into the ice when harmed or whenever you escape their clutches. Given the persistence of these entities and the inclement, deadly conditions of Antarctica, you know you won't survive the night without finding shelter. Just as you're pondering what your next move should be, the ice beneath you rumbles with a tremendous force, letting out a terrifying groan. An earthquake? One of your party asks over the broken noise. No, that's impossible. Another replies. You share a dreadful glance. Could it be another one of those things? Spawn the set-aside terror of the stars. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be terror of the stars. The revealed location with the highest shelter value. 3, 2, 2, 0. It's with me. Okay, so agenda 3A running out of time. Same 7 Doom. Still got to draw my encounter card. Dark or War. Test head of 3. My head is 3. I have nothing to commit to it. Failed by 3. So it's take 2 horror. 4 horror out of 6. Right, we need to deal with the terror of the stars, don't we? Let's attack using 2 sled dogs and committing a vicious blow. So I'm attacking with 4, 5, 6, 6 on a 4, 7 on a 4. Let's commit a guard dog to it as well. 8 on a 4. +1. Wow. So that deals 2, 3 damage. The terror of the stars is 1 hit killed. Second action, I will play intel report. I will pay, it's 2 to play intel report, but I will increase it by 2 to discover 2 clues at your location. So I now have 4 clues. And for my third action, I will move into the crystalline cavern, which costs me 4 clues. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 3 clues on here, and it's a 5 shroud, so I might have got myself in a little bit of a dead end here. So I need to get all 3 of those clues to be able to resign. Not thought this through, have I? Still, 1/4 past, got 15 minutes, come on Kev. Right, no enemies in play because I killed them all. Ready cards. Card and a resource. Doom on the agenda, 1 out of 7. And our encounter card is Apeirophobia. Test head of X, where head is your location shelter value, which is 8. Well, I'm going to fail. Yeah, oh, frost. So I'm a 4, that makes it a 3. 3. Fail by 5. I'm not taking 5 horror. I don't have any clues to put on, so I have to put a frost token into the chaos bag. Right. I'm probably... No, I didn't. I used cards, didn't I? So I've got no hope on a 5 shroud location when my investigation is only 3, unless I've got some toys. I think I might only have 1 intel report in this deck. Could do with... have I used both my scene? I've got 1 scene of the crime used, 1 intel report used. So I'm going to draw in the hope I get one of those. Evidence. Well, this is where I would like an enemy. 2. Second action. Internal injury. I did discard all of my cards anyway, didn't I? Second action, draw. No, first one was evidence, second one was that, third one is inspiring presence. No enemies in play. Ready cards, card and a resource. Resource. Doom goes to 2 and we draw another encounter. Kindred Mist. Attach to the nearest location without Kindred Mist. It's going to be this one. When 1 or more cards on the Tekalili deck will be shuffled into your deck, draw them instead. Placing them on the bottom of your deck instead of the bottom of the Tekalili. Okay. Counter action 1. I'm going to draw again. Tekalili. Discard 1 card at random from your hand. And place this at the bottom of the Tekalili deck. That one goes, it's the Lone Wolf. Okay. Second action, draw. Vicious Blow. Third action, draw. Another inspiring presence. No enemies in play, nothing too ready. Doom goes to 3. Encounter card. We want an enemy, come on. Nearest location without an Antarctic wind. Cannot play cards or draw cards from their deck. So I can't draw now. And I've got a 5 shroud location. And I've only got a 3 investigate. I could maybe get to a 5 out of 5. Suppose I could move and draw 2. Let's do that. Let's move back here. And draw 2 cards. 1. Heavy furs. 2. Heavy furs. This is a kind of pointless at the moment. I'm just cycling. Unless I shelter with a shelter 3. God, no resource. Not the sled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doom goes to 4. And our encounter card is Darker War. Test head of 3. 4 and a 3. Pass. That's the one there from last time. Right, action 1. Right, I don't have to check my hand size again until the next turn. Draw 1, emergency cash. Action 2, draw. Scene of the crime. Action 3. Is it worth going further for another intel report? I've got a feeling I've only got 1 in there. Check my deck. No, there's 2 intel reports, so one of those 3 cards is an intel report. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just drew 2 cards, didn't I? Did I? I don't know. Action 3, move back. No enemies, nothing to ready, card and a resource. Intel report. Now I have to drop down to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's drop the 2 heavy furs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need to drop. Should I drop the 3rd sled dog? I'll drop an inspiring first. No, I'll drop a guard dog. That takes us back to 8. Right. Doom, we go to 5. I'm getting there, I'm getting there. I've almost got this. Encounter, it's an 8, it's an enemy. Oh, I should have taken 3 direct, at least 3 direct damage there, shouldn't I? Because I've had this at the end of my. Right, Glacial Phantasm. Right, action 1. Pay 2. For scene of the crime, there is an enemy at my location. I get 2 clues. And this does not provoke an attack of opportunity. Nice. Second action. I need monies. Let me think. I've got evidence for after I kill something. If I attack him, he's got 4 health. I'm not going to kill him this round. I could do 2 hits with the sled dogs. I think I do 2 hits with the sled dogs for my third. Let me get this right. My first action was I did scene of the crime and took an attack of opportunity. Second action, I exhaust the 2 sled dogs to attack 4, 5, 6 on a 4. Do I lob in vicious blow while I'm at it? Six on a 4. Skull. -8. Okay, that's a massive fail. Second action, I'm going to punch, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 on a 4. Elder sign +1, +2 in fact, so that's 2 hits thanks to vicious blow. Yeah, 2 hits thanks to vicious blow, followed by my third action. No, that was my third action because I did a failed hit. Right. On to enemy's move. Enemy's attack. So I take 1 of each. So one of my sled dogs is getting hurt. Ready cards. I want to take 1 direct damage. 3, 4, 5, 6. Doom goes to 6. Encounter card another enemy. No, through the ice. Attach to the nearest location without one of these attached to it. Additional cost to enter or leave. That one's gone now. Action 1, we'll exhaust the 2 sled dogs to attack the glacial phantasm again. So we're doing a 6 on a 4. Let's lob in a spare sled dog to make it 7 on a 4. -2, so that's 2 hits. The glacial phantasm is dead. I didn't do upkeep, did I? Card and a resource. I think I did. Well, I can't have done. Anyway, intel report. Pay 2. Or in fact, don't need that, do I? Evidence. After you defeat an enemy, discover a clue at your location. That cost me 1. So that was my second action. No, that's fast in fact. So second action, resign. No point climbing up there because I've only got 1. There we go, resign. Boom. That wasn't too bad. Leo is good fun with the dogs. So let's get through then. Back to my campaign. Right, adjust frost tokens. I think I've added 2 frost tokens, haven't I? Okay. Right. Resolution 1. So it was, if we resign, advance. Yeah, it seems like a good place to camp. Resolution 1. Yeah, Leo's still alive. And our camp location is the Crystalline Cavern. Each investigator earns additional experience equal to the camp's shelter value. Wow. So I get 1 for terror from the stars being defeated, plus 8. That's 9. That is impressive, Snake. Right, in the expedition section, record any horror or damage on Elia. None. Proceed to checkpoint 1, the disappearance. Checkpoint 1, the disappearance. Find and gather the story assets. So basically somebody shuffle them randomly to select a number of them equal to your camp's shelter value. Those characters are safe. Well, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue. Every surviving member is safe. You spend the day resting and preparing. Do not clean up the game. Skip Ice and Death Part 2 in its entirety and proceed to checkpoint 2, the attack. So I think I ran for my lives last time I played this, so I think I will stand and fight. Take a break. Right. Which locations are revealed? Well, I'm going to leave it out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But revealed are Precarious Ice Sheet, Frozen Shores, Crash Site obviously, Treacherous Path, Rocky Crags, and the Crystalline Cavern. I don't have any Tekalili cards in my deck. Saved. Continue. Done. Right, brilliant. Thank you very much for watching. 1 viewer. It's good to get back into the swing of things with this. I've enjoyed this. A nice speedy run through in an hour. I think I need to play like this to try and stop. I do tend to drag sometimes when I play these games. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you again another time.